I think we're all guilty of wishful reporting there, Wendy. And it felt like that's what it was yesterday, like Kyrie to the Lakers. So that's why I thought, let's separate fact from fiction here. What do you think transpired yesterday, and where's that going to lead us in, say, a week?
So this is a leverage game that Kyrie is playing. It's a leverage game the Nets are playing. I mean, right now, as you can imagine, the Nets don't believe that there's a lot of teams that are willing to pay Kyrie Irving 35 to $40 million, which is his max salary. I think he can actually go up to 42 million. Frankly, there's not that many teams that have that kind of cap space, maybe one or two. And frankly, even of the teams that potentially would be able to sign him, how many people really want to commit to Kyrie Irving after what they've watched for the last couple of years? So the Nets are, I think the Nets want to keep Kyrie, but I don't think they want to give him a 5-year contract for over $200 million. I think they want to give him something that's much shorter. And even if it is got multiple years on it, they want to have some protection so that Kyrie doesn't, do what he's done the last couple of years on them. And I think that's natural. And if you're Kyrie Irving, I think you're saying, I'm in demand. I am an all-star player in my prime. There's no reason why I should settle for less. And teams like the Los Angeles Lakers and New York Knicks probably want me. And where this gets complicated is two reasons. One, you have Kevin Durant out there. Because if Kyrie Irving leaves for nothing, which I'll discuss in a minute about that possibility, Durant's going to be like, I'm about to turn 34 years old. I'm in a 4-year contract here, and we're in a rebuild now, facing a somewhat of a rebuild here. I'm not down for that. And then what is Durant's move? So really, Kyrie's sort of backstop is, well, what are you going to tell Kevin? Even if Kevin isn't 100% in love with the partnership that he has with Kyrie, he realizes they're better with him than if he walks for nothing. The second thing is, and I think this is where the Nets have to sort of scratch their chins, is Kyrie Irving really willing to walk away from this $36 million player option that he has? Could he act? Because the most the Lakers can pay him, Dan, is about $6.5 million. That's what they have. Okay. And any wishful thinking about Russell Westbrook and 2 future first-round picks, or Talen Horton-Tucker, or whatever hocus pocus you can come up with to make it work in the trade machine. The only trade that the Nets would be willing to do for Kyrie Irving with the Lakers would be for Anthony Davis. And the Lakers are not trading Anthony Davis for Kyrie Irving, and nor should they. So do you or anybody actually believe that Kyrie would walk away from a $36 million player option, which is sitting there, to go sign for $6 million with the Lakers? Or if he wanted to go to the Knicks, he could sign for $10 million. Now, this is a guy who left $15 million roughly on the table last year because he wouldn't get vaccinated. It is not, I mean, I've never seen a player make a move like this, but I can't sit here and tell you that it's impossible. It's also not impossible that a team like the Knicks could start trading pieces off to clear salary cap space. And maybe they couldn't get to 40 million, but maybe they could get to 25 million. And so the drop off wouldn't be as dramatic. But that's really, the landscape that we've got here.